Hi everybody, welcome to another mini markets video. I am doing something weird, and for the first time today I'm going to do a reaction video to Martin Shkreli's live stream. Martin Shkreli streams often. This is the 225 NVDA earnings release video, 225-2026. And I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with this, but I think a lot of what Shkreli's doing is pretty interesting. Or what he's been doing on YouTube for years now, which is basically, my understanding, is just valuation of companies. And I haven't followed too closely, but I do check in from time to time. So I'm starting here. I'm going to be skipping around a lot. It's a 3-hour stream. And like I said, I think there's value in this in the long term, this specific video, though. We'll see. This is the start of the series of these reaction videos, I think, to other people's valuation. He starts off here at 10.10, and he talks about higher component costs. And if anyone has comments on what I do here, please, I'd love to know. I'm sure I'll make tons of mistakes. This is just sort of my quick thoughts and reactions to like his analysis of various companies. So he's talking about NVDA. And he's basically saying, oh, higher components costs. He goes, interesting. Higher components cost to me is not a surprise. Like when you have a company, when you have a company like NVIDIA that has like it's entirely, my understanding is it's just heavily financed. It's not like its earnings are not like, its earnings are dependent on basically people with high net worths building out data centers, but it's not like revenue driven beyond that, right? There's like, let's see, thinking about how to explain this. I'm going to call this a revenue chain, right? The chain of revenue is like NVIDIA provides chips. Let's do here. Provides chips to people like Microsoft who build data centers that answer questions, LLMs, we'll say, LLMs for customers, right? So like this, NVIDIA is mostly B2B at this point, is my understanding, right? Meaning their sales are mostly to Microsoft. And so it's like, there's like 2 layers between them and the earnings. Whereas like Apple, a bunch of their sales are to like customers, right? Like Apple sells things to customers. They also sell things to businesses, but a huge portion of their revenue is here. So like, so much of NVIDIA's revenue is dependent upon how much this layer invests. Which is it's just different structurally to that. And so, looking at revenue here, quarterly, yeah, I don't know. That's just something I wanted to mention. It's hard to explain that, but it's not surprising to me that component costs go up basically because you don't have customers creating something like buying Ford cars in the early 1900s that creates economies of scale. Like, until customers are buying the thing, there's no reason that it should reach economies of scale, right? You just have businesses trying to produce a better product or racing each other for customers or future customers. It's like, it's not a value company, it's a growth company. I don't know. Anyway,
people are interested in that. Update on Anthropic and OpenAI investments. Inference competition, that's, and impact of
I'm realizing y'all can't hear what he's saying here. How do I want to deal with this? Let's see if this will work.
Grok. Market concern on AI froth, capex levels rising among hyperscalers, raise concerns among investors. My customers are buying too much. I'm very concerned. Citi believes these investments will deliver long-term returns.
I hope you can hear that. I guess it's low. We'll see how this turns out. It's the first video.
There are a lot of new inference.
Let's see what he says there. I wasn't actually listening. Is this a Citibank analysis?
There are a lot of new
I'm trying to figure out.
inference opportunists. Somebody raised the other day 500 million MagX or something like that for a new ASIC.
This is just so deep in the weeds, man. Like,
memory price increases are gonna maybe ding margins a little bit.
It just reminds me too much of like crypto in 2017 or something. There's just like all these terms that only people in the industry know, and it's like 90% of the terms aren't going to exist in a few years.
Well, that's Citi.
Maybe 80%.
On Rubin, almost all of the revenue is Blackwell. Hence,
yeah, so he says almost all the revenue is Blackwell. I think just what he's saying there is that, right, basically confirming what I said, which is like what is Blackwell? Oh, okay, never mind, I'm wrong.
all right, UBS. Let's see what these guys have to say. Okay.
UBS does a lot of research. It's another investment bank, if I remember correctly. He's just,
oh wait, this is the daily brief. I need
reading different investment banks. Yeah, okay. So the other one was Citi, I guess. He's just reading different investment banks' sort of analysis of the thing, which I don't know. I mean,
this is
you can do that. He's just getting perspectives, right? Like so much of finance is just like getting different perspectives on a thing.
Legend Tim Arcuri, UBS
you
analyst.
Basically, want to know everyone's perspective. It's kind of this weird thing. You like, because I don't know.
Taiwan Ministry of Defense.
It's almost like you want to know other people. It's counterintuitive. You want to know other people's perspectives to figure out your own, which kind of sounds like unimaginative.
Released January export data.
I don't know. Finance kind of is. It's kind of like reducing imagination into numbers.
Damn. Demand is more than 100%. Oh. Got a half an hour here so the market closes. 20 minutes.
I'm skipping through a lot of this because, like,
see the State of the Union last night.
I'm trying to find the gems in this 3 hours.
Hey, this is probably Trump's stuff.
Like a lot of the value that Shkreli brings, I think, is really just when he gets into a spreadsheet, when he's bouncing back and forth between spreadsheets and things.
Best ever.
This sort of portion where he's just sort of reading, like, this is essential to finance, but it's not like
first $10 trillion company. I do think that'll happen. $10 trillion company. I do. Yeah, first $10 trillion company.
First $10 trillion company. I do think that'll happen. This is like a wild statement to me. Let me show you why. It's fine. It's not that crazy of a statement, but like for NVIDIA to go to 10 trillion, 10 divided by 421, right? So there's inflation, right, which is naturally going to bring every company closer to 10 trillion. He's basically saying the company is going to 2.26x. And like over what period of time? That's really the question here, right? Like he's saying first to 10 trillion market cap means it'll go 2.26 faster than what Google's basically triples or something. I don't know. Some, like where does that value come from? Like how does NVIDIA more than double in size? I just don't see it. And like this is what all these AI bulls like. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying it's like I feel like what are you saying? What are you saying, Shkreli? Will 2.26x over what time period? Right? Like, are you saying next year? Are you saying the year after? Or are you saying 10 years? Like, to me, this is like, I don't know. Vibe check without thinking very much. This is 5 years. I don't know. Let's say 3 years, 4, 5, 10, 20. That's my time horizon. Like this is a weird way to look at it, but like me, AI bulls, it feels like they're saying like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years would be crazy. Like it was like a year ago, people were like, in 6 months, everyone's going to be unemployed. And I was like, dude, how much you like getting paid to say that? Like how much investor capital are you taking so that you can say that? Or sorry, the opposite. Like you're saying that so you get investor capital.
I do think that'll happen.
I just don't know. I just want to hear their numbers. And I don't want to have to dig them out of a 3-hour thing. I'm not, just to be clear, I'm not hating on Shkreli's thing here. Most of what Shkreli does, my understanding, is pharmaceuticals, and like that's not something I understand, know about, or do on this channel. Which is part of why I think it's interesting to sort of react to, is see how he analyzes things. It's not my normal.
Yeah, AL.
Cup of tea.
NVIDIA's are not the gold standard for AI. I don't know about that, Val. NVIDIA's GPUs are not the gold standard for AI.
I don't know who else is doing stuff like this too on YouTube. Please put that.
About that, Val.
If you know, I'm happy to react to whoever. I just like don't see a lot of people doing like valuation on like a deep research and like a kind of a mature way of doing it that I think it seems to me like Shkreli might be doing.
Yes. When was
like I said,
NVIDIA 200 last?
Stuff.
Just briefly in October of last year.
Yeah, this is.
So
I never.
Probably see all-time highs.
He's looking at.
For NVIDIA. If what I think happens.
Just these charts. I think they show volume too of the trades. It's just not. Like, I should probably know slightly more than I do, but I don't really know much. I don't really.
You guys ever do things with FPGAs?
Field pro. He says, oh, sorry, you guys can't hear again. He says, you guys do ever do anything with FPGAs? Field programmable gate arrays, I think, is what he's talking about. I forget what the significance is there. It is a technical thing. People are like, oh, it's a big deal. I don't know. It's been talking about it for a while.
10 and working. I've been working so hard.
I wish these streams were broken up into sections. How much time in are we right now?
No, I haven't really been doing anything with OpenClaw. I've been making AI agents since Da Vinci, the first OpenAI API, so nothing's new to me. For the big players is pretty instructive.
So, is he running DCFs on these? I'm like, data center capital, revenue capital. These are ratios I would assume he's running. What is this US, Taiwan, Singapore stuff? It's revenue from these countries? What is this, Shkreli? This is the other thing. Every time I tap into one of these screens, I feel like he has like a different group where he's like tells people what he's doing. Or you just have to have been here and already understand his process, which like no digs, but I never know what's going on. Like, what are you doing, mate? He's building models though, right? He's building models to say like, right, he has like, I assume this is what he has. He has like this, from all this data, he comes up with a price target for what it's worth right now. And I mean, to oversimplify, if his price target is, if it's worth 200 and it's selling for 150, he's gonna buy because it means it's 50 underpriced, right?
AI death cult? I mean, that's pretty normal.
He's going to Google. He's looking at a competitor, I assume.
I wouldn't call the Jane Street Terra News. It's a lawsuit. I'm a big Jane Street fan.
Jane Street sounds familiar. I don't even remember what that is right now. Oh, they're quant traders. Yeah, okay. They basically just trade, based on math. A lot of math. A lot of math. That's my understanding of quant.
And for security, I think you only have to worry about security when you're handling, you know, I don't know, certain kinds of business processes of pulling, you know, I don't know, certain kinds of business processes of.
He's reacting
that
to his chat.
Drug pharmacy dude, Martin, what's his name?
Martin Shkreli. Why am I looking at this? It's 2025?
Dude, why are you looking at Google 2025 Rev? He's confused right now that they don't have more updated revenue, or that he hasn't found it. I feel like I'm announcing.
I just go down these companies.
I don't really know how to do reaction videos. I never do them.
But
What are you
quantum
looking at? Microsoft. Mate?
Take a look. The fuck is this? Yeah, sorry, don't know it. I try not to look at garbage. Okay? Get that garbage out of my face. Ugh.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Right here.
Respond in chat. So I think what he's just doing, right, he has this model and he's just filling in the next quarter's numbers to see how it changes his model. So he'll build a model, and then when new earnings come out, he fills in the model so basically he just doesn't have to like, yeah, I don't know. It's all in the models. You change these numbers to get, and it shifts a bunch of other numbers usually to help you make a decision on like whether something's a buy or a sell or a hold, or, you know, just helps you think about another thing. So much of finance is just building these models and thought, right? And even if he doesn't have a play on this, like, it's going to help him operate with other investments and just like the landscape as a whole. I think that's the thing that people usually miss about finance. What is CoreWeave? Like, so much of it is transferable. I think that's a lot of the appeal of finance. Yeah, this is just buzzwords to me. Let's see what Wikipedia says about them. Wow, they have $2 billion in revenue. Okay. High performance computing. Supercomputer data center. Okay, they work in compute. That was just word salad to me. I don't know. We'll skip this section. I think this is
approximation or linear, I guess, combination of all of the billion.
What I'm
guidance
trying
is
to
that
get better at is building a full model without, or building better models. Like, I did a lot of this
upper end of guidance
when I studied finance, but like
6.3.
I think a lot of,
so you can see 67, 67 and a half, maybe even 68. Probably takes 68 for it to really move.
I don't want to like dig into financials. I think a lot of finance people spend a lot of time
Even telegraph
trying to eke out like a few points, a few percentage. And I think
that it's
possible that there's
growth.
another way
That
to do it.
wouldn't be street thought
Like,
was going to slow down
really
somehow.
hard.
I'm at $10. Almost $8 for 2027. The street's at almost $8 for 2027. I'm at $10. So way above. Or well, I'm at $9.
So he just said something like that I was alluding to earlier about like the streets at this, meaning that's what it's trading at, and he's like, here's my internal price target. I don't know what ticker he's talking about here. Like, I don't know what sheet he's on. Maybe that was CoreWeave. I'm not sure. I'm not going to dig into it right now, but that's, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty confident that's exactly what he's saying.
So pretty significantly above.
Which means he's at a buy. Like, he's bullish on it. Or like, you know, like, I don't know how to say this, but like, I would, maybe he owns some, he's long it. He's not short it, right? Unless I misheard him, misunderstanding,
But the street kind of sandbags to begin with.
why do I not understand sandbag? Why do I not remember? Oh, so he's talking about earnings. I think he said the street was at 7, so he's assuming 7's earnings per share. Maybe is what he's referencing. But he's saying they say that it's lower than it's going to be. Creates a perception of strong performance and overachievement, which can boost investor confidence, increase stock price, and enhance the company's reputation. Under promise and over deliver. Interesting. I definitely have that ethos, but I don't do that.
So it's
Like,
kind of
I'm not a Wall Street
got
person.
this like subdued multiple from what it normally would if this was like permanent growth forever. I think there's this expectation, like in hardware, like every other kind of hardware, you get this.
What is this? Okay, this is revenue year over year that he has down here. So he thinks revenue is going to go 2026 is it at 213? Wait, what was it for 2025? 130? Let's pull this up. Yeah, so okay, so his numbers match. Total rev 130. So he thinks revenue is gonna increase 90%. So let's just see if his model, what is that? I feel like I'm tripping. Equals 130 times 0.9 equals plus 130. Why is that? $247. Why can't I do math right now? How's he getting to 406? I don't know. I can't do math. All right, we're looking at this line and this line. I don't know why I'm tripping. What if we just times it by 1.9? I don't get it. That's me stupid.
Eventual.
I'm making this this video later.
What? DeepSeek withholds flagship AI model from NVIDIA AMD. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means.
It means they're not sharing their model.
Projects.
That's what I would guess.
No specific thoughts on Palantir.
Withholds is just an odd. He's just answering questions. What are your thoughts on Palantir? People are talking in the chat. Dude's mostly reading chat here.
The street, but we'll sort of see. So we got 1 minute to go here. Sometimes I want to check the website to see if can show up on the website.
Dude has so many tabs open. I know a lot of people who live that way. I can't do it.
Okay. Sorry about that. Sometimes you gotta talk to lawyers. We are 2 minutes away from NVIDIA earnings. We're looking for 68 is my guess as to where we come out. Guidance is...
So I guess they release earnings. They tell when they're going to release earnings. I don't know. Some companies, I think, don't. Maybe they have to. I don't know. There's all these little minutiae that I've forgotten.
Arguably more important. So if they usually give a little conservative guidance. So I do think that is that
Let's get to
later than 4:30.
Really digging into the weeds on this one.
Quantum platform.
I want to get to just some.
That's so much it feels like a typo.
Inflection.
And that's not assuming any China. Yeah, I got to think that's going to 210. And 78?
So he thinks NVIDIA is going to go to 210. Let's see what it did. This is 2 weeks ago. It's at 180. It has since dropped. 1 month. 95, 195. I don't know. Maybe he did that earlier. I don't know when earnings came out. Yeah. Doesn't look like it went to 210. Looks like he was looking at it at the max. Is that right? Like, kind of, I don't know, I'm confused when it came out. Did it come out February? Whatever. Let's have a... Has it ever been to 210? I don't know.
That's a huge beat.
Blue Owl told them, no, you can't have $4 billion because we can't.
The problem with getting deep in the weeds on a technology that you're long-term bullish on is that it's like it's so easy to become overly optimistic and think that the future is like closer than it is, or that it's better.
Can't find any suckers. I mean, investors to sell that debt too. Now CoreWeave is out trying to buy $8.5 billion worth of debt to pay for their data centers. This time, they're apparently when you get.
It's crazy. It's almost like there's a gold rush and people are scrambling to get involved in a rapid growth sector. I can't believe it.
To a certain level, you don't care about any of that. You just do whatever you have to do to get paid. All right, good luck, Anthropic. That's fine.
Wait, what?
Any of that? Apparently not for Anthropic. It costs me a lot of money. People that they're advertising to, and so I don't. It's like rent your gold to us services. And yes, they are standards. The second you risk losing money, then you never really had any safety standards to begin with. It was just a thing that wait till you.
It's a reaction video to
in a rapidly change
at this point.
Oh, with my forecast. Actually, PMO is bigger. Is this a record?
I see therapeutics. I imagine this is more like, I don't know, like pharma.
PMO quarter?
Let's see.
Because they have $1 billion in debt as well.
Architecture, fusions, action chain, must look for.
Blackwell.
I kind of want to do a video. I'll probably do a video. I think I'm probably going to end up doing a video where I actually react to him building a model from scratch. We'll find one of those, or wait for him to do one.
That at this point, with the productive use of codecs and
because it's hard to like.
So, company.
Like this is him. This is he's just
72
in absorbed information land.
Are spawning
This stream.
everybody. The reason why we're moving so fast is because number one.
I think I would imagine he's listening to the NVDA earnings call right now.
What did you?
This is such a silly.
Decision.
I'm
Talk
gonna
about
have to
that.
find a
Okay.
better video.
DVD partner.
I'm gonna have to find a better video to do this for. I'll see if I'm gonna announce what the next video is gonna be here. Mike Martin Shkreli builds a model. First public modeling exercise, and he does Tesla. Ooh, maybe we'll do that one. That's so long ago. Is 2 years too long? I feel like probably not. Alright, I like that. If I don't find something better, I think I'll probably end up going with that. Tesla is a great company to do it for because I feel like you could have such a big range of numbers, and I feel like they kind of have a monopoly on some EV tech right now. Or maybe not even EV tech, maybe just some electrification tech. Alright, so now we know for the next one. Sorry, this video was kind of a, I don't know, kind of a bust just in like, I don't know, that wasn't the right. Watching him do an earnings call is kind of silly, kind of a waste of time. I feel completely goofy. It's a completely goofy video, but maybe you took something away from it. See you in the next one.